In the last video we talked about all the settings when creating a new world. Now let's take a look on the settings for your graphics. Hello Minecraft world, my name is Maros, I'm Minecraft Global Mentor, and welcome to my YouTube channel mcraft.education, where I'm sharing with you tips, tricks, guides, new worlds, everything related to Minecraft Education Edition and Minecraft Bedrock Edition also. So whatever I do, it's in most cases applicable also to Bedrock Edition, because they are very closely tied. The Education Edition and Bedrock Edition is nearly the same. Yeah? Don't tell anyone. Right, so what we'll be doing today? Today we will be looking at the settings of the video in the game. Yeah. If you like the video, then please hit subscribe, hit the like button and ring the bell so you will get notified when I will releasing new video. And also please do share if you think you have some friends which might be interested, and also please do ask, right? If you have any questions, feel free to ask and I will be happy to answer those questions. So let's take a look on the video settings in Minecraft Education Edition and Bedrock Edition. Yeah. So how do you access those? So just hit escape, go to settings in video, and here we are. So these all are the settings for the video. Now let's take a close look on them. Brightness. Brightness is brightness, right? It is not so visible when you are in the outside world, but if you are in the underground, in some caves, then a bit of brightness helps, right? So it will be more bright, the screen. Yeah, so that's the brightness. Surprise, surprise. What have we there else? First person view, right? So you have three types of view. This is the first person view, this is from the back, and this is facing you, right? So you can switch between those also during the game by hitting F5 key. On the PC, on the other devices, I don't know, but you can switch that through settings, video, so third person front, third person back, and first person. Yay! Full screen, right? So when you put it here, so I have it now full screen, or you can run it in Windows. I suggest that you run it in a window, because it has many advantages, like you can switch between the applications and so on. In many cases, when you have full screen and switch to other application, the world can shut down and you will need to reload and so on. So if you don't plan to use any other applications during your gameplay or work, then just do full screen. If you are using also other applications, then turn it off. Hide hand, that's a interesting one. Now this is visible only in the first person view. Yeah, so when I go to video settings, hide hand, you see I don't have any hand visible on the bottom right. Yeah, if I turn it on, oops, yeah, I'll turn it off, right? So I will not hide my hand. So now you see on the right bottom, it's my hand. Not sure why it's you can't switch to like left-handed. I am left-handed, so it would be nice, but I don't mind so much. All right, so that is the hiding the hand. Hide the paper doll. Now if I turn it on the bottom, not bottom, on the top left, right? So you see I am crouching now with shift, and you don't see nothing on the top left, right? If I turn it on, so the paper doll will be visible. You see, there I am. I'm standing now. I'm walking. I'm crouching, and so on. Yeah. So this is the paper doll. Yeah. The settings. What do we have? And have HUD. Head-up display, right? So if I turn it on, you don't see anything. You don't see the hotbar on the bottom, right? So you can switch between you by hitting F1. Many other things will be disappearing. Also the paper doll, the controls, the positions. Basically, this is with F1 you can basically disable anything on the display and just see the game, which is nice for nice shots and so on. So if you don't want all the stuff cluttering your screen, then just hit F1 or use the hide HUD. But I think if I just disable the HUD now, yeah, this is the same as F1. Yeah, so F1, F1, F1. This is the hide HUD. Right, what do we have next? screen animations. Now this is interesting. Now it's turned off. So now look what happens when I hit escape. You know, it kind of appears right away, the menu. But if I do enable the screen animations, then you can see that my figure, my avatar just pops out, right? So yep, that's it. Yeah, that's the screen animation. It looks nicer, much nicer. Yep. Okay, that was it. Now HUD opacity. Now you can see now the HUD, it's clearly visible. So let's put something in there. Yeah, like this. You see, this is the hotbar, and you see I have a glowstone. Now if I turn it down, yeah, then it is not so visible anymore. It's barely visible now, right? So only when you are switching and using it, and if you don't, then it kind of fades out. Yeah. So that's the HUD opacity. Yeah, on the bottom. All right. Field of view. Now this can be very disturbing for some people. This is how much of the world you see around you. Now I have the 60 degrees. Some players are moving it, turning it out up. Yeah, like for example to 90. Yeah. Now you can see I can see much wider. I have now much wider view from the world. And of course, if I turn it absolutely up, right? So this is a very, for me at least, very unpleasant, right? So I feel like a spider or a pigeon or something. Yeah, I see too much of the world. This is not very pleasant for me. But some kids do like it, do like see the more of the world. So I just turn it down back to around 60, which is about the default. Right, show autosave icon. Yeah, on the autosave icon you can see it right now, but it's affected also by the HUD opacity, right? So I need to turn on the opacity back to 100%, and the save icon it's on the top right corner, so there you will see when the game is being saved, right? Because you don't have save as such, and this is everything is saved automatically. I can't remember now how often, right? But that's it. Yeah. So and you will see, you will get notified when the game is being saved, right? So you can turn it off. Outline selection. Now this is interesting, right? So let's take a look here on this block, for example, this block. You see here this thin black line. So this is what you can. This is where my what I'm looking at. So it will kind of the block I'm looking at will have some lines around it. Yeah. So this is it. So these black thin lines, and they are marking the block I am looking at. When I turn it off, right, there will be no outlining with the black line, but it will be just highlighted. Yeah. So basically, this is when you hit the left mouse button. So this is what you interact with, or the right. So yeah. So basically, this shows you at which block you are looking at. Yeah. I like more the outline than the highlight. Yeah, so outline. Yeah. In-game player games, the player names, this is very important, especially if you are recording and you are worried about privacy. So if I would have other players in the game, I would see the names about the avatars, but if you turn it off, then you just see the players without the names, right? Very handy for recordings. Yep. Video, what we have there? Oh, this is good. View bobbing. I think it's bobbing. Not sure if my pronunciation is correct, but this is bobbing. Right, so what is bobbing? If I walk, then you see my hand is moving, and also the world is slightly, moving. Like when you walk, then it's up and down, and left to right, and so on. Yeah. But if this might be unpleasant to some kids, so you can turn it off. Right. So now my hand doesn't move, and I'm just sliding through the world. You don't see any movement while walking, right? So now the camera shake. Well, that's a tricky one because I could not find a difference when I turned it off and when I turned it on. I could not see any difference in different scenarios, so I don't know actually. I couldn't find anything on the internet what that actually means. So sorry, I can't comment on this one. Probably some shaking of the camera. Turn off and turn on. I don't know. Fancy leaf. Now this is nice. Okay, let's take some leaves, right? And let's place them. So this is what you can. This what you see are nice leaves, so you can see nicely through them, and it's looks nice. Yeah. So when I turn off nice leaves, what happens? You think nothing, but if I change when I update the blocks, now you can see. So now these are the not so fancy leaves. These are just full blocks. You can't see through them, right? These are you need to update at least one block from them of those leaves, so that all the blocks get updated, and then you will not have fancy leaves. Yeah. But if you start the world with the fancy leaves off, well, of course, all the leaves will look like this. And and this may help a bit with the performance if you have a low-end PC. Yeah. What do we have next? Next we have in the settings fancy bubbles. Now fancy bubbles can't be changed during the gameplay, so let's set the bubbles and let's then compare how it looks like, right? So bubbles, of course, bubbles in the water, and let's use the magma block and let's use the soul sand, which are producing bubbles in the gameplay. And so the soul sand produces bubbles which are going up, and the magma block produces the bubbles which are going downward. So these two blocks are used for water elevators, and this is how the bubbles look like when they are nice. Right now, I will switch to. I will turn the game off. Just the world. You don't need to shut down the Minecraft, right? So just save the world, close the world, and change the setting like this. So save, exit, yes. Now I need to go to the main menu to find the settings in video. And this may help nicely to the performance of the PC if you have slow PC. So fancy bubbles off, right? Now I go back to the game. And now you see that the bubbles are not so nice anymore. They are just simple bubbles. Yeah. So yeah, this is the setting for the bubbles. Now what we have next in the video, render clouds. What it might be? Yeah, you see we have clouds here, and of course when you turn it off, these settings may help your PC performance. That's why I'm showing you this. So render clouds. Now I don't have any clouds whatsoever, right? So these are the clouds. What else we have here? It's beautiful skies. Now I have now beautiful sky, right? So you see there is some, especially when it is sunrise or sunset. So let's do time, set, sunrise. Yeah, there is the sunrise, and I can also see some stars. You see here some stars. Or let's do night, midnight, time, set, midnight. Yeah, you see all the stars and the moon and so on. Yeah. So if I now turn this off, video, no beautiful skies, I don't see the moon, I don't see any stars, and when I go back to sunrise, you don't see the sun. And this means also you don't see the nice colors around the sun. So this is the setting for the beautiful skies. Smooth lighting. Okay, lighting. Okay. So here it is. So what the smooth lighting means. So let's do midnight. So it will be more darker. Yeah, around us. This is during the night. Yes, you see this is the smooth lighting. It's kind of smooths the edges of the blocks which are lit, right? So this is with on, and now look what happens when I turn it off. smooth lighting. Now you can actually see the patterns of the blocks, right? So it's not smooth anymore, right? So this is what happens when you turn it off, right? Yeah, you can disable it. Smooth lighting, fancy graphics. Now, this I have no clue. I was trying and I was reading, I was searching the internet. I could not find an example when I would see it. So I don't know what this does, right? Probably, it might improve the, performance, but I could not see it. I could not show it to you, the difference when it is on and when it is off. So if you find a case where it is visible, then please put it into the comment, so everybody would know. But I was trying to, it was like better skins, smooth skins, and I don't know, many things, but I could not see it. Yeah, I could not prove that this toggle does anything, right? Field of view can be altered by gameplay. Yeah, so basically when you run, yeah, so let's do that. Let's do time, let's do always day. Yeah, that will be faster. Yeah, and right, so and I will give myself an effect, speed effect, speed 1000. What I'm doing now, well, I gave myself an enchantment, called speed, right? And you see that the field of view changed, right? Yeah, because it was altered by the gameplay. Yeah, if I turn it off, yeah, I still have the effect and I still can run fast, but it does not change my field of view. Again, this is for stuff like when some kids may be, it might be not pleasant for them to have this field of view change. And of course, during a regular game, right, you can't get a strong enchantment on the speed like I have now, yeah, because it was using a command. So the field of view does not change so drastically, but it does change, right? So if you don't like it, then you can disable it. So this is the field of view can be altered by gameplay. What do we have next? Now UI profile. Now it's classic. So look at how it looks like. So you have the toggle. Left is turned off, right is turned on, right? And next to it you have the text. If because I have UI profile, user interface profile to classic, if I change it to pocket, and you don't see the change now. You need to exit the menus and go back, and then you will see the difference, right? So now you see it's the text are about the toggles, right? So this is the change of the user interface. I do classic. I like it much better, much more. Yeah. All right. So this is the classic. Now GUI scale. You see, I have it -1. So this is basically how big is the screen, the menu on the screen. Yeah. So this is a scale modifier. Yeah. I like it like this because I can see much more of the settings. Upscaling and ray tracing. This is when you have RTX graphic cards, and you need to have a very strong hardware to use this. So I definitely don't have, right? And so it's not accessible to me. Now render distance. This is the only difference between Bedrock Edition and Minecraft Education Edition, I think. Now there is also this textile anti-aliasing, but let's talk about that later. So render distance 36 chunks in this is top maximum in Education Edition. In Bedrock Edition you can go up to 96. So basically this is how much of the world you can see. If you put it like 8 chunks, then basically you see just what is just very close to you. Yeah? And this is something I was explaining also in my last video, so check it out also. So yeah, how much of the world you can see around you. Yeah, for low-end PCs turn it down, for high-end PCs turn it up. right? Because then you can see much more of that beautiful Minecraft world. Yeah. Anti-aliasing and texel anti-aliasing. So what it is, basically, the picture which is sent to your screen by Minecraft, yeah, it's rendered and processed through some algorithms to look better, right? To smooth the edges and so on, yeah. So this is basically how many times this occurs. So if you want better graphics but lower performance, turn it on and move it to the right. And if you prefer better performance, then just go down. And if you have very slow PC, then turn it off completely to the 1. And texture anti-aliasing, I think this is the same as the above, but for individual textures. So for each block texture, right? So turn it off, and then the performance shall be better. Yeah, so these are the settings, and don't forget to turn them off or on based on what your preference is. And yeah, basically that's it for today. And I think I need to switch all the effect clear. Right, this is much better. Right, so thank you very much. I hope you learned something new, because this was the aim of the video. And yeah, stay with us, stay with me on the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button so you will get notified, because next time we will be looking into the more complicated things we will start to do with some commands. So how you enter the command and what all those commands are. So yeah, we have something to look forward, because it will be an adventure. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. My name is Maros, and yeah, um, hit the subscribe, hit the like, ring the bell, and share. And please do comment if you have any questions, just ask. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye bye.